Hey, there's Matt. I can see you. It was your glasses reflecting, huh? All right, so thank you so much for jumping on the call tonight. It is Wednesday, August 3rd. Can you guys believe that, like, we're in the second half of the year? That just kind of blows my mind, to be honest, that school is starting soon and the rigmarole of that. So now is the time to really focus because people get...
No, I had like a couple missed calls, but no one left me a voicemail.
Oh, yeah? No one left you a voicemail, Marguerite? So this is a perfect time to really buckle down and focus and make sure you're hitting your vital behaviors so that when people are a little flaky and they get busy because school is starting and they're trying to get back in the routine of things, don't take it personally if they don't get it back to you right away, guys, because we're all busy this time of year. Okay, so just keep that changed. In July, we had Marguerite leading with 3 lives changed. That means she's hit Success Club for 4 months in a row, which is super exciting for her. Karina knocked it out of the park with 2 lives changed at Success Club 4 while she was at Summit, which was freaking awesome, you guys. Melissa just had a baby like 3 weeks ago. He's literally 3 weeks old, and she hit Success Club 4 in July. And then Christy had a Success Club 1. So combine those ladies along with my Success Club points. That's obviously just Success Club points. I know that everybody is helping somebody, but that's 13 lives that were dramatically impacted in 1 month, you guys. So if you do the math, if we do 13 a month, that's almost 200 people a year, 156 people a year that we're touching and inspiring and helping to motivate them to a healthy, happier lifestyle. How freaking cool is that? Like, for me, that just that fills my cup up. That makes me so happy because that's 156 more people that didn't feel good about themselves, that didn't feel good when they went to the store and they went shopping for clothes, that didn't feel good when they were sitting on the couch, that weren't feeling motivated to make changes in their life. That's freaking impaction, you guys. That's making a mark on the world. That's awesome. And I know that we can do better and we can close out the rest of the year knocking it out of the park and helping way more people each month. There's so many of us. If we each just help one person, we could hit 80 a month. If every single person on our team helped one person a month, we would impact 80 lives. That's pretty incredible. It's astounding if you think about the numbers. If we just help one person. So I'm super proud of you girls, the girls that have been working on consistency, and you're showing up every single day. It may not be showing in the numbers yet, but it will. You just have to keep on and keep consistent. And I'm super proud of you guys for showing up every day and for showing up on these calls, because it's so important to filling your cup up to help keep you focused and to learning and keeping yourself plugged into why we do this. Okay. I just have a couple announcements really quick, and then I'll get into, what I really wanted to talk about tonight. The first thing is we have the Biggest Loser Challenge group starting up. That will start on September 5th. We'll actually kick it off and get it rolling the Friday before, which is like the 2nd, I think, September 2nd. And that is all going to be based on the health bet. So I actually put the link in our team page today. If you have not heard about the health bet or you haven't looked it up, basically what's happening is as of July 27th, when Country Heat kicked off, the challenge packs kicked off, corporate put in $1 million into this pool, into a pot, okay? And for every single challenge pack sold from July 27th until I think it's August 29th, for every challenge pack sold by every single coach, they're adding $5 to that pot. So that pot is going to grow from $1 million plus the $5 per challenge pack and can grow up to $3 million. And basically what they're going to do is you have to run a challenge group. You or your challengers need to be plugged into the My Single Day. The coaches that have made it to the top, that didn't happen overnight. It's because they put the work in and they made sure that they made consistency in their 4 vital behaviors every single day. And if you're struggling with a particular one, let me know, please, because I've had times that I've struggled with each of them individually. So if you're struggling with one in particular, let me know so that we can work together to, you know, fix that and find a little bit more balance so that you're making sure you get all 4 of them done every single day, and you're not just doing all personal development, or you're not doing just all invites, or you have to do all 4 of them together for this to really work. Okay, so making sure that you're doing your 4 vital behaviors. And then the last takeaway from Summit for me was probably the biggest, and it is when Gary Vaynerchuk was talking. If you've ever listened to him, he's very vulgar, but he was very good during his speech. But his biggest message was to be patient. This isn't going to happen overnight. Everybody, like, he gets emails all the time from people he went to grade school with or high school with. If you don't know who he is a multi-millionaire for a media company that he owns. But he is an immigrant from Nova Scotia. Is it Nova Scotia? No. Where was it from? Russia. He's from Russia. And anyway, I'm looking at Karina like she's so anyway, he's an immigrant, and he came over here with his family when he was 3 years old, and he lived in an apartment in Brooklyn with 8 family members. They had nothing, you guys, absolutely nothing. That's why this guy has gone to where he has, because they had nothing and he busted his ass. So anyway, he gets these emails. He gets these emails all the time that, you know, you're lucky, you hit the jackpot, whatever. And you know what he emails them back? He said he replies to every single person. He cleaned it up, but I've heard his story before. And he replies back to that person every single time and says, I'm not fucking lucky. I worked my ass off and I grinded while you were out partying in the college days, and you were out going out on vacations, and you were doing all this other stuff. I was at my computer figuring shit out while everybody else was sleeping. And he busted his ass for 13 years straight, and then his business exploded. I'm not saying it's going to take 13 years, but what I'm saying is it's going to take more than just doing the average. It's going to take heart. It's going to take grinding. It's going to take some sacrifice, and it's going to take patience, allowing that to happen. Like, how many of us are guilty of making a certain schedule on Facebook, and if you don't get the response you're looking for or the engagement you're looking for after a week, maybe 2 weeks, if you're patient enough, you say, well, that's not working. Facebook screwed up, or Facebook messed up their algorithm, so now I'm not getting any news feed time, or I'm not getting this. I mean, I know I've been there before. I don't know, have any of you been there before where you're just like get frustrated, like you feel like you're not getting anywhere with what you're trying to be consistent with? You're not doing it long enough. When I started my Facebook page, I would try for a couple weeks and I would get nothing. I would try for a couple weeks, I would get nothing. I have been putting money into my Facebook page for 4 or 5 months now, and I'm just now starting to get a little bit of engagement. And a little bit, I mean 1 or 2 likes, maybe a comment. It takes time, you guys, and it takes sticking through it and being consistent, because that one time that somebody thinks, oh, I saw that on so-and-so's page, I'm going to go look at it, and you haven't been showing up, you just lost that person that you've been working your ass off for because you didn't show up for a couple days. So be patient and know that you're doing the right things. If you're doing the 4 vital behaviors and you're plugging yourself into the team calls and you're plugging yourself into Super Saturdays, which is this weekend, by the way. So if you're not going to one, I strongly encourage you to get to one. If you're not doing those things, you're going to keep feeling frustrated. But if you are doing those things and you maybe aren't getting all the return back just yet, it will happen. You just have to keep grinding and you have to keep showing up, okay? So those are my biggest takeaways. Karina, I'm going to let you, before I share my last point, I was going to see if you or Matt had anything, not to put you on the spot, but what you enjoyed or what you thought, anything like that. Your biggest takeaway, anything you'd like to share?
I think the biggest thing is, can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I think the biggest thing that for me was going in with a false perception of how I would be perceived as not being in my final product of myself. I was worried that I would be looked down upon or be treated differently or sloughed off. You guys, there are people there from every walk of life. There were people that were handicapped. There were people that were bigger than me. There were people that were smaller than me. There were little people there. So don't go in with that judgment of I'm not where I'm supposed to be. I'm not ready to be here. Not to mention, just get there. It was phenomenal. I mean, Matt and I walked in there. We were not financially ready to be there, but we made it important and we did it and we were there and we enjoyed every minute of it. And the growth is unbelievable. My husband went in kind of like, well, yeah, I'm going along for the ride, and left there saying, we need to bust ass and work this business. This is stupid. Why are we waiting? It was fun. It was not just a good time, but a learning experience altogether.
Yeah. Well, and what's cool about it is, yeah, it's a good time and you have fun and you kind of party and, it's a little bit of learning with a little bit of, community and getting to know people. Like Karina and Matt got to spend some time with Megan Kirk and Corey Miller's husband for a while and Ann Duvall. And, they got to mingle with all these people and meet them face to face. And that alone, when you start meeting people that you have maybe been watching on social media or you have been friends with and you're talking to or whatever, it just brings it to a whole new level that these are your friends. Like, these are people who want you to do bigger things and who want you to aspire and reach your dreams. So, that's a really awesome part of it. But it is something that looking back, I wish I would have made a priority. I used to make the excuse that I didn't want to leave my kids because it was in Las Vegas and it was a far way for me to go. But Danielle Rhodes, her baby's 8 months old, and she brought him with her. And she brought her mom along with her, and her mom stayed in the hotel, and she would go back at certain times to nurse and do whatever she needed to do. She made it work, is my point. She didn't let that be an excuse. She just overcame that struggle or overcame that hurdle. And it's like Tommy Migrant says, like, if the money is the issue, which I'm being perfectly honest with you, and this might be a little bit of tough love, but $145 to advance your business, because if anything I can promise you about this business, if you don't get yourself to these types of things, you will not make it to 5-star, 15-star, whatever. It won't happen, because I guarantee every single person that's ever made those ranks is showing up to those events every single time that they happen. So if that's a goal for you, keep that in your mind, okay? Don't let things hold you back. And Tommy Migrant says, if you have to invest $1,000 right now for your business, but next year you'll get $10,000 back, won't you look back and say, damn, that was a really good investment? That was a good thing for me to do, a good thing for me to move forward. It's only going to help you propel yourself forward, not only financially, but growth-wise. What's up? But for you to propel yourself forward, and I get it. I used to make those excuses of I didn't have the money, or, I didn't want to leave the kids or whatever, but it hit splitting a room for 3 nights. It's $200 a night. Like, you really can't get much cheaper than that as far as staying at a hotel. So anyway, I'm going to be done with that. Get to Summit and get yourself to a Super Saturday this weekend if you're not already. There's one in Toledo. It's actually in Maumee on Sunday. So that's in the Push for Diamond thread. And I know I also shared it in our group, but I'm so excited about this. I have actually been looking for a Success Club partner for months because my old one just wasn't really working out anymore. Things happen. Her goals changed and it just wasn't a good match anymore. So I've been looking for months and nothing really seemed to be working out. After Summit, and meeting the girl that I was actually talking about becoming partners with one-on-one. It's Sarah Smith. She's one of April's diamonds. I am now success partners with 3 amazing women who are pushing themselves to go bigger this year. And I can't be more excited that I didn't just get one success partner to help our team grow. I got 3 awesome girls who are already diamond and pushing beyond. So I'm really excited for that pairing. But what I want to share with you is when the year first started, I put my mind on elite. And after like the first 2 months, I was like, I don't know that I really want to push for that. If I were pushing for elite, if our team were pushing for elite right now, that would mean a whole lot more sacrifice with my family. And when Jess shared on our call a couple weeks ago, she shared that that's climb your mountain. And I'll be honest, like I've been so afraid to tell you guys that I'm not pushing for elite, if you didn't already notice, because I'm not like crazy recruiting, but that's not my mountain. My mountain is, yes, to have success and grow our business and grow our team, but my mountain is to have freedom with my family. So while I'm willing to sacrifice a little bit of that for the end result, I don't want to sacrifice a whole lot more than I already am. So our new goal, after talking with the girls who are pushing for diamond, our new goal for the team, and just because you're not in the diamond group does not mean you are not welcome to push for this goal. That's why I shared it in the group and I'm sharing it with you. Our goal for our team is to be a 2-star premier team. What that means is we would have access to stuff before it's actually launched, to try things before they actually launch. Our team would have access to those things. And it would get me to the new conference leadership, or new leader conference, that happens in February at corporate. And to me, that would just be mind-blowing. I would love to have all of you there with me, but I just want to absorb so much, that as much as I can, to be the best leader for you girls and to teach you more, to help you push to those goals. Because I'm not there. I need to keep growing too, and I need to keep learning. So if we can work as a team to get me there, I can bring it all back to you. And then we can push you guys even further to get you there too. So it's 2-star and premier, which means for us that we need to have 2 diamonds, and we need to have 100 and I just lost my mind. I've been doing way too many things the last couple of days. I think it's 130 elite points. And you get elite points as each of your coaches hits Success Club every month. Okay? That earns our team elite points. Our team currently has 23 elite points. As long as we hit 2-star and we hit 30 elite points, which is more than doable, you guys. Like, I know that that's more than doable. That gets us to the leadership conference so that we can learn more and we can grow more as a team. So that's what we're really aiming for. When we push ourselves a little bit more outside the box and we hit that bigger number, then we will be a 2-star premier team. Does that make sense? Yeah. So who's going to push? I know we have people that want diamond. Like, let's get there for sure. Like, let's get there. And don't worry so much about focusing on hitting Success Club 5 or getting the Success Club points. Just focus on doing those vital behaviors every single day. And I promise you that will happen. Okay? I promise. So that's all I have for tonight. Do you girls have any questions? Or anything else that something you would like to comment on or anything? No? Okay. Well, I am doing the mentoring call now. So if you want to stay on, you're more than welcome. We're starting with week number 1 since it's the first week of August. If you have other things to do and you're not going to stay for that, you guys are more than welcome to jump off. If you're jumping off, love you. Have a good night. All right, guys. I get 2 of you in one. Yay. Okay, so tonight, you guys already know who I am, so I don't really have to go over that so much.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Huh?
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Tell you a little. My name is Corey Mayo. My husband's name is Paul. Okay, so normally I would do that for new coaches, but obviously I don't need to do any introductions with family. So what I would like to talk about is the importance of your why. And Matt, you probably got a little bit of this while you were at Summit, but the importance of your why. So typically when you enroll to become a coach or you start this journey, you are doing it usually for 2 reasons. One, because you're sick and tired of feeling sick and tired yourself, and you're ready to make changes and you're ready to feel better about yourself. And the second one is usually because you enjoy helping people or you want to help people, and maybe it's a little bit of both, okay? But to really have a core why, a deep why that's going to make you do your workout on the days that you don't want to do it, or is going to make you make the healthier choice on the day that you don't want to do it. And it's going to make you do the business, because there's days that that I'm like, oh, I have to invite still today. I love doing it majority of the time, but there are days that you just don't feel like doing anything, right? So you have to really dig deep to identify what your why is. So what I would encourage you to do is think about the perfect day. Think about what the perfect day looks like for you. What time would you wake up? What would the weather be like? What would the smells be? Where would you go? Who would be with you? All of those things to help you, the more detailed you get, the more real it's going to become. So thinking about what that perfect day would be. And also what you really want. And this is something that will probably change over time, but what do you really want in life? Do you want to retire early? Do you want to be debt-free? Do you want to inspire a certain number of people? Do you want to lead by example for your children? What does that look like for you that's deeper than I want to feel better about myself and that I want to help others to feel better about themselves? And create a list after you make that perfect day of all the things that will make your heart full. And that's where we will identify our why. That will become our why list. So I'll kind of, as you guys are writing, I'll kind of tell you mine. So when we first started, my why was to feel better. We were very overweight. I wasn't happy. I was very unhappy with myself. I wanted to be a better mom for Keyston. So my why in the beginning was literally just to help myself and to be a better role model for him. And as time progressed and I started to see myself evolving into that, I wanted more. So then it was, I wanted to be able to create a savings. Being self-employed, I wanted to have a retirement fund. I wanted to be able to put funds away for the boys and work towards being debt-free. And as those things started to happen, it became more about having the freedom. I wanted to inspire enough people to help us to have freedom and to live debt-free and to be able to just go where we want with the boys, take family vacations, travel, and not have that burden of, does PJ have vacation? Do we have enough money to do that? All of those things are why we're doing what we do every single day. And we're not there yet, but we're getting there. And to go to Hawaii, to have the perfect day and get on the beach and just relax on the sand and feel the warmth of the sun on your face and just literally relax and unplug from all of the craziness that we all live in every single day. So really think about what would be happy for you. What would be your ultimate day? Okay? So that's your why. And that is so important to identify early on, to really, because like I said in the beginning, there's going to be days you don't want to get up and work out, or there's going to be days that you want to go grab a cookie, or you want to eat pizza, or you want to do something other than that. But when you really think about if you buckle down, or when you buckle down, what this will look like for you, what life will be like, what you're really striving for, that pizza doesn't become so important anymore. Okay, in the journey with your progress. So that's that. The next part are the 4 vital behaviors. So this is something that's going to be pretty new for you guys. Hey, that's a great goal.
That's almost 50 pounds. And
I think that would be wonderful.
I think I can do it with you. So
Yeah,
it's definitely becoming a part of the day. So,
good.
If you add fruit to a shake, would you just
And it's a good way to get that veggie in there and not even know it's there.
thanks for the idea because I hate vegetables.
Yeah, and spinach is spinach is very alkaline. Sure, that's how we haven't been home early enough to actually make our shakes this week, because usually I make them the night before so we don't wake up the boys. Tasks done before then, shoot them to me.
Okay.
Go from there, okay?
All right.
All right,
Have
good
a-
night.
Thank you.